The first ever time that I got a mobile phone for myself that was completely just mine, and it wasn't my mother's tablet that I had to use to watch YouTube videos, to play video games and stuff like that, was in August of 2015. I was around 8 years old, and my grandma, the angel that she is, bought me a first mobile phone. And let me tell you, I was so grateful for it. It was literally something out of this world. The happiness that I felt. It was just incredible. I could finally make phone calls just like my dad that I still look up to this day. I could finally play video games without getting disturbed and having to share that tablet with my younger brother. I could finally do stuff on my own. And yet, it wasn't the best mobile phone out there, but it was still really good. It was still doing something, and I really appreciated that. Even though it was so laggy from time to time and it barely could download a single game in like a couple of minutes because of just how laggy it was. Yeah, I didn't get much time to play on it. Not because I didn't like it, but because I preferred to still use my mother's tablet and my computer, which was nothing personal against my mobile phone, but it was just very laggy. And of course, I still spent a lot of time on it. I still watched YouTube on it when I was at my grandma's house, not because she bought it for me, but because I genuinely liked it. And sometimes, but preferably when I was at home, I prefer to spend that time on my computer most of the time, which is okay. And then, you see, as the years went on, I was still grateful for this advice, and I never asked for anything more. And as years went by, and I turned 12 in 2019, my father came to me and he proposed something new. He was buying a new mobile phone, and he wanted to give me his old one. And this one was a machine compared to my first one. It was such a universally different device. It was on a whole another dimension. It had, bro, it had 64 gigabytes of storage, and it was like 10 times faster than that previous mobile phone of mine. And let me tell you, of course, I accepted his offer, and I really wanted it. But the thing that surprised me the most is that I never wished for it. I never actually wanted it, and yet it still came my way so effortlessly. Of course, I accepted his gift and I was grateful for it, like the spiritual kid that I am. And so I used to, and bro, I literally fell in love with this mobile phone. And my younger brother inherited that old phone of mine, and I used to play on that phone so much, brother. I used to watch so many videos on that new one. I used to download so many games, so many songs. I used to do a lot of things on him. I used to do the amount of games that I played on him. Like, yeah, sure, I still use my computer, I still use my tablet that I had at home, but this was just on a whole another level. And yet I still didn't ask for anything new. I was grateful. I was satisfied. And 2 years later, my dad came to me once again, and he said that, "Hey son, I'm buying a new phone. Do you want this one?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And once again, I was surprised. I got that old phone. Basically, it was the same thing, but it was upgraded a lot. This one had 250 gigabytes of storage, which of course I don't care about storage, but dude, it was so fast. All of these were Samsung phones, by the way, so they are really fast and very high quality. And dude, it just went on from, it just went upwards from that point. And yet in summer of 2023, my father gave me a new phone. What the heck? Dude, I'm actually living in abundance. Of course, I don't care about materialist, material, materialistic things that much. I rather care about spiritual things like my relationship with God. But you understand what I'm trying to say. When you are not needy for something, it will come to you like there's no tomorrow. It will just won't even leave you alone. It will continue to keep coming back to you because just you don't need it, right? You see, I was never that type of a kid that cared about materialistic things, whilst all my classmates, and especially my male classmates, were talking about the newest cars, the newest mobile phones, the electronics that they had. Like there was this one time when my when one of my male classmates even asked me about what type of a mouse I had, and I couldn't even respond to him. Not because I was retarded or anything, but because I just genuinely didn't care about the mouse model. I was just grateful that I had one. And so yeah, I never really was into that. The main thing that I was always into was spirituality and my mental health, especially gaining knowledge. I was really interested in stuff like history, but not the technical side of things, like, the history of tanks, the artillery, the planes, and stuff like that. I was never really into that. I was more about the relationships between countries, wars, the psychology side of history. And universe just interested me always, not by the sheer scale of it, but because of all the different mysteries. What was the closest star to us? Besides the sun, of course. What is the largest celestial object out there? All of these questions bothered me a lot, and I spent hours looking for the answers, and yeah, it was amazing. And so, when you don't focus on trying to attract and trying to get these materialistic things into your life, everything will come to you so easily. Because you see, my friend, there's a. I wouldn't say that there are past lives. There are more so over parallel lives. Think about it. There's not. You're currently living in the reality where you don't have the end results that you want, right? You don't have the body. You don't have the income. You don't have the girl. You don't have the friends. You don't have shit. Let's be honest. And someone in a parallel universe that is you, he is literally you, is living the same life. He's your age right now. The only difference is he has it. He's living this life right now, paralleling your existence. And here's what you must understand: the difference between both of you, between these, be, between him and you, is that he's not needy for the things that he has. And yet, what if I told you that you can literally break the gap between you and him and materialize the world that he's living, the universe, onto yours? You can literally break the gap and allow the abundance to flow into your life, even in the matter of a couple of weeks. That's how overpowered this is. Because you see, whenever you focus on something that you don't have, whenever you focus your identity, your beliefs, your thoughts, your productivity, and your overall energy that you have during the entire day, you basically create this excess energy that forms a forms a gap between you and the desired reality, because the universe is completely and entirely mental. Whatever you think of, whatever your mental attitude is about yourself, will become the reality. And yet, all you have to do is just shift the focus from yourself to him. You must think as him. You must adopt the same mental attitude as him. You must literally become him. And that is very easy. All you need to do is just stop caring about trying to attract the materialistic things that you want in your life. Yes, a woman counts as materialistic also. Right? Let's just be honest. Not because sh- not because she takes money out of our bank accounts, but because, you can touch her. That's what I refer to as materialistic. You want the money, you want the friends, you want the body, all of it will come your way. Eventually, the way that you collapse this gap is not by focusing on all the different techniques that can bring you there. Oh, affiliate marketing will bring you 10k per month. Oh, this pickup line will get you 10% more woman. This this yeah bro technique will bring you 30% on the return when it comes to making new friends. No, my friend, you don't focus on any of this. Instead, you focus on trying to enhance the relationship that you have with the infinite intelligence inside of you. Now, if you believe in God, if you believe in Allah, if you believe in any of the other gods, whether they are Hindu gods, Jewish gods, whether they are Buddhist gods, I don't care a single bit. What you need to worship is the infinite intelligence inside of you. Basically, what is referred to as God in the Bible. Because think about this, right? When you're needy for trying to think about it, whenever you try to think of how to solve a difficult problem and you sit down, you close your eyes and you deeply think about it, you get into such a relaxed state that you're basically almost sleeping. That's where the best answers come, right? That's God speaking to you right there. And do you know why? When you focus on Him, when you enhance your relationship with Him by fasting, by not killing, by not murdering, by not robbing, by not being envious of other people, and instead leveraging it to your fullest potential, when you focus on God, when you focus on the relationship with Him, everything will change for you, my friend. Because think about it. It was even said in the Bible that God created the entire universe in 6 days, and on the seventh one, He rested. And you have to remember that He's above all of the dimensions. We live in our third dimensional realm, which is basically the realm of illusions. We have stuff like polarity, bad and good, steam and ice, hot and cold. You understand what I'm trying to say. And as we already know, when you're needy for one type of energy, it will get repelled by you. But since God is above all of these laws that He created, when you're needy for Him, He will always respond. Whenever you turn to Him, He will always answer you. And this is the energy source that you must adopt to get anywhere. You must adopt not just His abundance, not just His energy, not just His friendship, His love that He has for you, the infinite one, but you have to also adopt His frequency, the identity that He has, the beliefs that He has, because He is essentially the highest form of consciousness out there. That is what God is. He is the highest form of frequency out there. Your frequency, which is basically just another word for your mental attitude, which is comprised of the emotions that you feel, your beliefs, your thoughts, your identity, and basically all of these other things. They will go. They are basically the mechanics that go into materializing your desired reality, always. And since God is the highest form of consciousness that has created the entire universe, that's how powerful He is. And not just our universe, but all of these different parallel universes out there. You will achieve wonders when you get into a business model that doesn't rely on materialistic goals like making 10K per month in 2 years. But instead, you find a business model that is authentically aligned with the role that He gave you in this life, which is your purpose, which I deeply brush up on Timeless Reader's Mindsets, which is my course that I sell in the description if you're interested. It is something life-changing, brother. You will achieve wonders. Real people will recognize you. And I'm not talking about those types of scrollers that just scroll by after watching 10 videos. Real type of people that will show up every single day in your movement. That's what you're aiming for. You will literally attract so much abundance into your life. When you're not focused on materialistic things, but instead focused on your relationship with God, when you focus on the mental and on the spiritual realm instead of the physical one, when you change the cause that causes the effects in our materialistic, physical, third dimensional realm, you will achieve so many wonders, my friend. The gap will literally collapse, and the desired reality will merge with your one, and you will become one. You will no longer need this desired reality for gratification, because you will already have it. You won't be needy for it since you've already experienced it, and that will become your new normal. And lastly, I just want to say, don't be needy for trying to collapse this gap. The only thing that you should be needy is your relationship with God. And by trying to get on his type of frequency as much as possible, you literally need to, oh boy, you literally need to visualize this for hours on end. You must visualize your desired reality, the mindsets that you have in there, the identity, the beliefs, the thoughts that you get, the emotions that you feel with all of them. And you must be delusional. You must act as if you already had it. Because, moreover than any kind of technique that you do, the more important thing is that you believe and that you know that it will work. You need to write this down and engrave it into your subconscious mind. That's why every single rich person that is out there was delusional at some point. You need to become delusional and have the discipline in your mind to always come back into that frequency, into that mental attitude whenever you catch yourself thinking back and analyzing and overthinking stuff like, oh, was I on the right frequency? I don't know, did I do this wrong? No, you already have it, period. That's how this fucking works. You understand? You have the beliefs, you have the mindsets, you have the thoughts, you have the emotions, you have the identity, you have everything that you in your desired reality already has. Now all you need to do is just take action so that even your action, so that you're ready for actually becoming him. And that is not up to you to decide. Remember what we talked in this video? You need to forge a stronger relationship with God, and He will give you the right guidance. It doesn't matter how you're gonna reach it. You need to bear that, you need to give that responsibility to God Himself. Whenever you feel lost, just always remember to close your eyes, get into a deep, meditative state, and the answers will come to you, and you will get guidance no matter what. This is how you do it. This is what is holding you back from becoming successful. You you don't focus on the one superpower inside of you that won't be that won't be disposed by you whenever you are needy for it and focus on it. You're focusing on other things. You're focusing on the effects of your mental and of your spiritual attitude. But if you focus on changing your mental health and of your spirituality, then everything will change in your materialistic world. That's just how this works. Because whenever you try to chase something in the physical world, it will always get repelled by you. But if you chase God, He will open up His arms and He will accept you to His love. Always. He will give you His power, no matter what. Okay? So just remember this, and I hope that you learned a lot from this video, because this was a really deep one. And once again, if you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee success in the long term and into the short term by mending your mental health and bring you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life tests, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and you would be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you